Dallas Cowboys coverage after a much-needed win against the Philadelphia Eagles to wrap up the regular season. Man, it sure went fast. I started doing these videos in the preseason. I just can't believe, how many I've done already. So I just wanted to thank you guys for watching. Again, feel free to like, subscribe, comment if you enjoy, and just wanted to say thank you just for supporting me through this whole regular season. Hopefully we can keep going, keep growing, and hopefully the Cowboys also can keep going and stay alive in the playoff race. So I'm going to break down the Eagles game, just go over everything, and just a bit of a preview for the Cowboys wildcard game, who we now know will be against the San Francisco 49ers, not the Arizona Cardinals. So let's go ahead and get started. Starting with Dak Prescott, an excellent game, got back on track, had 295 yards, 5 touchdowns. He won Offensive Player of the Week. Just, a great game for Dak. I'm going to say this throughout the video, it was really, against backup players. So the Eagles did not play their starters. That was not the Eagles team we're going to see face the Bucs in the playoffs coming up. But still, just a much-needed win. Really, I think the confidence boost that the Cowboys needed. And, regardless of how high of competition, it was really just a good win all around. A lot of young guys got to play. There were some, starters not quite resting, but, Pollard, Kearse, guys that, just were a little dinged up, just got to kind of take a break. Not to mention, those are sort of out of the way, and hopefully those don't impact the Cowboys during the playoffs too much, I'll start with a quick update there, actually. So Micah Parsons was activated today. Tyron Smith also activated from the COVID-19 reserve list. So good to have them back. And again, I just hope that they can continue to stay healthy, especially as we go into the playoffs. It's just so unpredictable. Everything going on with COVID in the world. It's just, it's impacting everyone. And hopefully the Cowboys just can stay as healthy and as well as they can. But that's two big guys coming back onto the roster with Parsons and Tyron Smith. Kearse should be joining them soon. Anthony Brown was also activated earlier this week. So hopefully they can continue to stay healthy on that front. And then continuing with the offense, Zeke had his best game in a while. He finally got the carries, I know that Zeke has struggled a little bit over recent months, recent games. But I think he really got the opportunity. He did really get the opportunity this last game. And I think he showed what he had, almost 100 yards. He hit 1,000 on the year. It's a nice mark for him. He said it was meaningful, and I agree. I think that's really a big mark for, any running back, any player, wide receiver as well. One of only 7 running backs, I believe, to get to 1,000 yards. So, a good game for him. Amari Cooper had a few catches, good yardage, good game for him. Same thing with CeeDee Lamb. But the big story is Cedric Wilson. He's been incredible. I was just so sad when Michael Gallup went down. I still am. And, it's a devastating loss. He really, brought a lot to this team. But what Cedric Wilson has been doing, it's been incredible. He's filled the shoes of Michael Gallup, and it's just really, really impressive because, he's my player of the game just for what he's done over the last couple weeks, just stepping right in. We saw him earlier in the season when Gallup was hurt, and now Gallup goes down again. He just slides right back into that third wide receiver role, and he's been really, really good. Had over 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. And he is, had a really underrated season. I was looking at the stats overall. He had, I think, 600 yards, 6 touchdowns on the year, and I was just amazed by that, I'd seen him make some good plays throughout the year. We all have, but just really, he's really just flown under the radar, and maybe a secret weapon of sorts for the Cowboys with his catching ability, his throwing ability. You never know what kind of play they can draw up using his arm, the former college and high school quarterback. So just really exciting to see Cedric Wilson playing well. I think that's just great for him. He's really seizing his opportunity. Hopefully he can continue to play well. Dalton Schultz, too, he's going to get paid this offseason. 2 more touchdowns. He's just been a great player. Over 800 yards, the first to do that since Jason Witten. And he is the best tight end we've had since Jason Witten. He's really made an impact this year, as kind of that safety valve for Dak. A lot like how Jason Witten was for Dak Prescott and Tony Romo as well. So Dalton Schultz, I hope he can stick around next year. We'll see, a lot of uncertainties when it comes to free agencies, just to mention on offense, we just talked about Dalton Schultz, Michael Gallup, Cedric Wilson. Flip over the defense, Jayron, Kearse, Randy Gregory. There's a lot of guys that contracts are expiring, a lot of guys we got to re-sign. Of course, we can't keep them all, but I just, it'll be definitely sad to see them go. But for now, let's worry about the playoffs. We have all our guys. Hopefully they can continue to stay healthy, and I'll keep going. The defense, played well. A lot of backups out there. Kelvin Joseph, as well as Nashawn Wright, got to kind of show what they got. Got some reps out there. Malik Hooker, Donovan Wilson as well. So kind of a backup secondary, but they played well. I think showed some flashes, especially the young guys. I think it was really a nice situation to kind of see what they've got, especially going into the playoffs. Who knows, with Kelvin Joseph, he actually might start. We saw him start over, or not start, but come in when we saw Jordan Lewis get benched in Week 16 against the 17, my bad, against the Cardinals. So it'll be interesting to see. Kelvin Joseph has played well. He's done a really good job at not allowing very many yards, not allowing very many catches. Haven't quite seen that splash play out of him yet, but the consistency is key, and if he can keep that up, he might have himself a starter, And they moved Anthony Brown to that nickel role, the game that Jordan Lewis missed due to COVID, and that really is what started the opportunities for Kelvin Joseph, and he has played well. He's taken advantage of those opportunities, and I think we're going to see a lot more playing time into the playoffs. Who knows? Maybe we'll even see him in a starting role. So let me know who would you rather see start? Kelvin Joseph or Jordan Lewis, or even Anthony Brown. If you pick one to start, I think Anthony Brown will continue to start. So I think just Jordan Lewis or Kelvin Joseph. So let me know. I think, I like Jordan Lewis, but Kelvin Joseph is playing really well, and he can fill that outside role, and, Anthony Brown is really good at being on the outside or in the slot. So if that's what it takes, if that's what the best lineup is out there, I'd love to see it. Continue to see the, rotation as well, like we've seen with the safeties. Just get guys fresh, get the best guys out there, and we can really make a difference, especially going into the playoffs. Linebackers, Neal. Leighton Van Der Esch, I thought, played well. Van Der Esch had that big interception. And Neal was banged up. I'll talk more about him when I get to injuries. And the pass rush, too. Terrell Basham, Dorrance Armstrong got a lot of reps. They played well. DeMarcus Lawrence, Randy Gregory, as always. Neville Gallimore was a little banged up. Also played well, though, when he was out there. So really just a good effort, overall. It was sort of a, preseason game of sorts, for both teams. Just kind of getting it right. Getting ready to go into the playoffs. So we'll see both of them out there, and I can't wait to see the Cowboys against the 49ers. We'll see. So continuing, I want to go to special teams. Greg Zuerlein he's not playing well. He's not, we call him Greg the Leg, but his leg has not been consistent. It hasn't been there lately. He's missed the most extra points in the league. He's missed I think, the second or third most field goals in the league. He is not a good kicker. He's not even average at this point. He's below average. He's a below average starter, and he just is not playing well at all. A lot of people are talking about Kai Forbath. I wouldn't mind it. I think the Cowboys just gotta, we heard Jerry Jones talk about how if we had a better alternative, we use it, and how do they know they don't? I think, there's guys out there, just give them a workout, that's, at the very least, if they don't play well, if they don't impress, well, at least you tried, but right now, it's just, no changes are happening. Every week we hear McCarthy, confidence in the kicker, confidence in Greg, he's a professional, and yeah, sure, but he is past his prime. He hasn't played well this season. He didn't play that great last season. He has not been the same kicker that he was, with the Rams. And I think a lot of us were excited when the Cowboys signed him. Greg Zuerlein, the team that, the player that kicked the Rams into the Super Bowl and that incredible game winner, but that just hasn't been the Greg that we've seen in Dallas. And that's a problem. He's been, he hasn't even been average. He's been completely below average, missing extra points. And he's unfortunately become a liability. And Jerry explained how it affected the game plan, and it has. when we get into those 40, 50-yard kicks, there's going to be some hesitation. And if it's a 4th and short, I wouldn't be surprised to see the offense out there, especially going into the playoffs. You can't miss out on points like that. There's going to be some tight games down the stretch, and he's going to be a big factor in whether we win or whether we lose. So I don't know what it's going to take. I don't know if there's any chance they bring in someone else. I doubt it. It seems like they've stuck with him all year. I think they will continue to. But it's an issue. It really is, and I just hope that the Cowboys can solve it before he really, really hurts us down the stretch. He's had his moments. He's had a good career, but we just haven't seen the same Greg the Leg that we saw a couple years ago with the Los Angeles Rams, St. Louis Rams too. Just hasn't been the same guy. So I wanted to discuss injuries. Neal had an arm injury. Neville Gallimore had an injury as well. I'm not sure exactly what it was. I think it was kind of undisclosed. But both of them, I think, are doing well. I think they'll be back and ready to go next week. Kearse just needs to be activated off the COVID list. Trevon Diggs, he'll be back in the building soon. He had a non-COVID related illness. So Micah Parsons, I talked about earlier, and Tyron Smith are also back in the building. So really, the Cowboys, they're healthy. They are healthy, and they couldn't come at a better time. Blake Jarwin's back. I said Tyron Smith. So the Cowboys, they're full. They're really, really healthy, and I hope, again, knock on wood, they can continue to stay healthy and continue to stay well into the playoffs. But we have a healthy team right now. We have a strong team right now, and I've heard a lot about, the 49ers. We've heard about that matchup. Everyone talking about how that's kind of a nightmare matchup, if you will. It's not going to be a good matchup for the Cowboys. The Cowboys are going to have trouble. And I'm not discrediting the 49ers at all. I think they're a good football team. We saw them in the Super Bowl a couple years ago. Everyone talks about how physical they are, how they can run the ball, how good of a coach Kyle Shanahan is, and the weapons they have. Deebo Samuel, Travis Kelce, George Kittle, my bad. They have weapons, and I think they are a good team. They have a strong defense, Nick Bosa, Fred Warner. And I think this is a team that is going to give the Cowboys a good game, but everyone's talking about how the Cowboys are on upset alert, how the Cowboys first round exit, and I just don't see it. The Cowboys have weapons as well. Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott, Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Cedric Wilson now, Dalton Schultz, the line, Tyron Smith, Zach Martin, La'el Collins. They have so much talent. The 49ers do have a lot of talent, but the Cowboys have more. Mike McCarthy, Kellen Moore, Dan Quinn might be the best three, in the best combination of coaches maybe in the entire league right now. Kellen Moore and Dan Quinn are both out there, fetching interviews from teams in need of head coaches. This team is very, very good. And if they can put it together, they can beat anyone. And I do believe that they will beat the 49ers on Sunday, and that's not just me being hopeful, because there's been some times where I've been very unsure about this team. But right now I feel confident. I liked what I've been seeing. It's not perfect. There's still things that need to be fixed. But the 49ers have been far from perfect this season as well. I mean, they had a losing record for most of the season. They're putting it together now. They had a good comeback last week after a very poor start. But they have been very inconsistent throughout the season. Same could be said for the Cowboys, but the 49ers are not the Super Bowl 49ers we saw a couple years ago. They are, they're a threat. They're a good team. They're in the playoffs for a reason. But I don't think that it's a team that the Cowboys can't handle. I don't think it's a nightmare matchup. I don't think it's going to cause the Cowboys to be first-round exits. I certainly hope not. But that's not what I believe. I think the Cowboys really, really have a good chance to win this game. And I think they win it by at least 7 points. That's my, somewhat bold prediction. I think they really take care of business at home. Stadium, hopefully it's whited out and no red to be seen. But I really do believe the Cowboys will play well. I believe they will put it together. I believe Kellen Moore and Dan Quinn will bring the best on Sunday. Bring the little bits of the playbook they haven't used yet. And I think the Cowboys will have a dominant and very strong performance. I think they will win, and I think they will move on to the second round. And hopefully from there they can just keep going. So for now, a great game against the Eagles. I gave you guys a little 49ers preview. So let me know, who do you think's going to win? What do you think? Give me a score prediction if you'd like against the 49ers. I think the Cowboys take care of business. I really think they play well, and I think they get the job done. My score prediction, I'm trying to think. I'm going to go with 28-20. Cowboys win at home and move on to the second round. So let me know your predictions. Again, feel free to like, subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys next time after the Cowboys playoff game against the 49ers. Thank you, guys.